I'm John Higgins. I'm Managing Director for the Brain Tumor Investment Fund. Brain Tumor Investment Fund is filling a very important gap for patients and families with deadly brain tumors. We're raising capital and we're deploying that capital in companies that need to move innovative new medicines and innovative new devices forward to improve outcomes for patients with brain tumors. In the brain tumor landscape, companies have quite a bit of trouble raising capital. That's because deadly brain tumors are really it's a tough tumor. It's a tough cancer. Arguably the last cancer that you ever want to hear you have a diagnosis for. And that's because there are inherent issues in treating brain tumors, such as the blood-brain barrier, the heterogeneity of the tumor, a cold immune state, immunologically cold tumors. So these and a number of other reasons make this a very tough tumor to find and advance. This is a nonprofit venture philanthropy organization that was founded in 2019 as a part of the National Brain Tumor Society. National Brain Tumor Society is a 30-year-old organization that's been dedicated to improving outcomes for patients with deadly brain tumors. So the organization recognized that one of the things that it had not been doing, despite all of the research that it was funding, awareness that it was raising, and the work that it was doing in Washington, D.C. to increase funding for brain tumor research and such, was that it was not yet investing directly into emerging companies to help move development forward in deadly brain tumors. So one of the reasons why a venture philanthropy organization would be a nonprofit is to remain mission-driven and not be so driven by the dollars. So ensuring that our capital is deployed equitably across organizations, companies that have really exciting but emerging new therapeutics, new devices to treat or diagnose deadly brain tumors. There are many organizations out there that have emerging technologies, emerging therapeutics for brain tumors. We've been very fortunate that there's really been no shortage of companies that are in need of capital investment. It's unfortunate that we don't have more capital to deploy, actually, but there are many university-based organizations, spin-outs from universities that have exciting new therapies that are in development. The Brain Tumor Investment Fund has already deployed capital in 7 companies. We have 7 companies in our portfolio today, and we've helped fund a range of advancement in the development of drugs and diagnostics for patients with deadly brain tumors. Most recently, we invested in a company developing a vaccine-based therapy for patients with glioblastoma, a deadly brain tumor that has seen almost no innovation in 30 years. And this funding is helping fund a phase 2B development trial. The aim of this trial is to establish the efficacy and safety of this drug to move on to registration and hopefully commercialization of a new therapy for brain tumors. Primary mission at the Brain Tumor Investment Fund is to make investments in order to drive development and bring in other investment capital. So we work very closely with other venture philanthropies, like-minded organizations that we can bring in into due diligence and consider an investment, syndicate with them, and make the initial investment larger by a certain factor based on the fact that we're bringing in a group. We also have a deep network in private equity and venture capital that we can bring in to increase the likelihood that the company is going to have a successful fundraising exercise. More importantly than the capital that we can put into a company is the access that we can give that company to our network of key opinion leaders throughout the brain tumor programs throughout the United States and Europe and Canada. We can help them from a development perspective, so weighing in on clinical trial design, bringing experts together to help them with their clinical development plans, their regulatory plans. So we bring a lot more to the company in terms of support than a typical investor will bring in.